Matt Smith is currently leading the Des Moines Public School District. He'll serve as interim superintendent through the 2026-2027 school year. Smith has been filling in since Robert's detainment. He also served as interim superintendent back in 2022. He's worked in the district for more than a decade, serving as North High School's principal in 2010 before moving to administrative roles with the district. And he's here with us this morning. Matt Smith, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Well, it's been a crazy few weeks for the district. I'm wondering for you, you've been learning and reacting to each development, many of them at the same time that the rest of us have. What's that been like for you, finding out these new details and new developments while also, focusing on restoring trust within the community?
Yeah, like everybody, it's you take a moment to sort of process kind of the information that kind of comes in, and I rely heavily, on my faith and my friends and my family, and so I reach out to a lot of folks and sort of process out loud with them. But then I will tell you that quickly we turn to our focus on students, right? And so my spirit is always about how do we actually serve children better today than we did yesterday. And so recognizing the leadership that we have in all of our buildings and that at central office, our district and our students are in really good hands. We've got lots of incredible leaders and incredible staff members that are creating those moments of magic every single day with students. And so there's so many good things going on. We need to continue to highlight those good things and continue to build upon areas where we need to actually address some developments, right? And so that's what that Reimagine Bond is all about. It's about creating spaces for students that really cultivates the environment where they can grow to be the people that they were created to be, right? And so many of them show up at our doorstep with challenges that they need to overcome, and these spaces are where they can actually be who they want to be and who they desire to be, and it gives them a pathway after high school to either become immediately employed or to enroll in a 2 or 4 year college or to enroll in a military of their choice. And so we want to create those very distinctive pathways for students and give them that hope and that joy of learning back again.
We've talked so much, for months, honestly, about this Reimagining Education Plan. It's wide, there are a lot of details to it, but I also want our viewers to hear, what's on the line if this doesn't pass. You've mentioned the potential for staffing cuts, for building closures. Tangibly, what happens if this doesn't pass?
Yeah, there's a lot at risk here if it doesn't pass. So we will need to cut staff. That's gonna, 83% of our budget is staffing. And so we will need to cut staff, and that number could grow every year if this doesn't pass. We will need to actually take more buildings offline in our district. And honestly, what it also means practically is if nothing changes, then nothing changes, right, in terms of student outcomes and student results. This plan is not just about the physical plant infrastructure. It's about what happens inside those spaces, the programming that offers students something beyond hope, right? It allows them to see themselves in our culture and in our city and in our nation with clear pathways to a workforce that they have experiences with, that they've got industry recognized credentials, that they've got experiences in advanced placement coursework. So all of those become possible for students with this investment in the bond. And if it doesn't pass, there's going to be consequences for us as a district and as a community. Because the other thing that I want to continue to emphasize and lift up is students are always going to be first and foremost for us as an organization. And so it's going to benefit 30,000 students in the next 5 years and the 30,000 students beyond that, right? So this is a generational input for us as a community. But it also is a value add for homeowners, right? Investments like this tend to actually improve and increase property values. It spurs on economic development in our city. So it really is a win-win-win for all of us, but particularly for the students that we serve. When you say that staffing cuts are on the line, how much are we talking? Yeah, so we're determining that. And so a lot of that is driven by our enrollment. That is the vast majority of the revenue that we receive from the state. And it's also variable by the supplemental state aid that we get from the legislature. So we're hoping for well above 2%, which has been the average for the last decade. And so all of those things help. So we will determine that through the course of our budget development process, but it could be significant. I want to shift gears here a little bit to a big change that the governor announced this past week.
There are new requirements now from the state level to use E-Verify when checking work eligibility. How does that impact your district for the people who currently work there or people who want to work there?
Yeah, sure. I mean, again, we will absolutely take in the governor's new law, and we'll apply, right? And so we will continue to be compliant and work collaboratively with our state agencies and our federal agencies. And so we take in all that information, we look at the requirements, and then we will apply that accordingly.
Are there any audits currently going on of other employees within the district, their credentials, their immigration status?
Yeah, I mean, we work with our attorneys to make sure that we are, again, in compliance with both federal and state audits that are currently being discussed. And so, right now we're making sure that any sort of communication that we've got, that we are timely with our response, and that we are accessible for any sort of conversations or meetings that we need to have.
I just ask because I think there are people who are wondering, they thought this never could have happened. How did this happen with Ian Roberts? How can we be sure that, hey, this doesn't happen again, but it hasn't happened, with someone else who may be less high profile?
Sure, yeah, well, and a lot of that because we are pursuing litigation, and so a lot of that is sort of protected at this point in time, but I can tell you that we continue to reflect on our practices and our processes every day. That's, of course, kind of hypersensitive at this point in time, but as an organization that is built around teaching and learning, continuous improvement is a part of what we do, right? And so it's important that we always step back and say, all right, how can we have improved this practice or this process, regardless of what the topic is, and then we come back again the next day and do better than we did the day before.
Yeah. And part of that is forward-looking, right? With you serving as interim superintendent, I think the district has struggled when it comes to continuity of leadership.
Sure.
The last 3 superintendents have left under difficult circumstances. You're kind of the helm of the ship, helping people navigate through the uncertainty. But what does the district need to do differently to ensure that there can be continuity of leadership in the future?
I think there's, probably a million things that we need to do, right? But I think the continuity that matters the most is what's happening in our schools, right? So the continuity of continuing to put amazing educators and leaders and associates and drivers and food nutrition workers and all of our staff that come to work every day, day in, day out, and give 150% to love, cherish, and academically challenge our students. That's the continuity that matters most right now. There's an opportunity here for us as an organization to sort of reflect on where we've been and draft a new vision of where we need to be in the future. I'm super just humbled and honored to continue to serve in the district. Again, I've been here for 15 years. It's meant the world to my family and me, both personally and professionally. And we feel it is a blessing, actually, to be able to live in Des Moines and work in Des Moines Public Schools. And so we're going to continue to show up every day and meet the challenge of the day and lead through that, and then continue to work towards improving outcomes for students.
You'll serve for 2 years as interim superintendent. Yeah. Do you want to apply after that?
I might. I haven't really put a ton of time into thinking about the long term after the 2 years. My focus right now has just been strictly on, what do we need to get done not only this week but next month and this school year, heading into next school year. So I've been working with the team on just sort of maybe shuffling some structures and delegating some new responsibilities to make sure that we keep our focus on our students that we serve and our staff, right? And so I think a lot of times in moments like this where it's challenging everybody, not just the district, but our community and our state, I think oftentimes the staff can get lost in this, and they do amazingly incredible things, and it's also important that we lift up their health and well-being and continue to pour into them through professional learning and just being there with one another, right? So one of the things that I think that will help create continuity is that as an organization that we continue to hold each other to the highest standard, and at the same time, we need to support each other in our lowest moments. And so this is an opportunity for us.
Really quickly, but I want to ask it because I think, as you mentioned, students are, what a lot of the focus is on right now. I think there are a lot of students who saw Ian Roberts as a role model and are now really struggling as he's mired in scandal to reconcile, how they saw themselves in him versus, what some of the things that are coming out again, that he's been, the charges that he's facing and things like that. What do you say to those students who are confused and disappointed?
Yeah, I would tell them to continue to lean on staff. We've got staff there that are trained to help sort of process through the emotions and the feelings that students are having right now. And it's complex and it is challenging because he was absolutely a role model to so many of our kids. And these are not easily solvable emotions to sort of work through, and we definitely don't want students to actually do that alone. We want them to be with adults that are trained in supporting them through this, and we offer those services and will continue to reach out and be accessible for students.
Well, Matt Smith, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
It's a pleasure. Thanks so much.